Later today, actress and former Corrie star Victoria Ekanoye is heading to Parliament, calling for better breast cancer care for black women, a topic at the heart of her powerful new documentary, Shades of Survival. And Victoria Jones, it's now so good to see you. Victoria is such a, like we say, an incredibly powerful, moving documentary. And this is a bit of a personal crusade for you in many respects, because more needs to be done.
It really does. And I hate to start it on a negative, but the system is broken. And more needs to be done, not just for those who are going through breast cancer, but for the preventative side of things as well. We have to be educated in order to take ownership of our own bodies, check ourselves once a month, make sure that we know what we're looking for and how to do it, because so many women don't, even at our age and older, they just aren't aware of how to do it. And that already is a hurdle. But then when on top of it, when you look at the health inequity, it's just so much to carry. And you shouldn't have to be brave and resilient and tenacious just to survive, but that is the reality.
Yes, and just having to really push, because which you did, in fact, really, with your diagnosis, Victoria. It was actually, you were breastfeeding your little boy at the time when you discovered something wasn't right. Yeah. But you had to push for the diagnosis.
Yeah, so Theo was 6 months, and I found the lump, and it's so jarring, it's so... It goes against nature, really, when you're having to contemplate life and death at the same time. The part of your body that is giving your baby life is potentially killing you. And it's such a sobering thought, and it makes you angry inside. You know, it's not... Those emotions should be nowhere near the beauty, that a miracle that life and giving birth is. And I did have to push for a third opinion, and I think a lot of people, if they received that first missed diagnosis, which is what it was, but if they receive that first diagnosis of you're fine, they will run for the hills, happy and content in that. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I know my body, and I have a lot of breast cancer in the family, and I'm also a patron of Prevent Breast Cancer. And so I just had that little bit more education to push, not just for a second, but for a third opinion. And I'm so grateful that I had that, because I may not be here now to talk about it.
And it's part of the message that you're wanting to get across, and you're heading to Parliament today with the documentary team, in fact.
Yes,
so you're going as a team, and what are you hoping to achieve today?
So we have a letter, an official ask for changes when it comes to funding, when it comes to outreach. I mean, the percentages within the trials, the clinical trials, they're so low. And the reality is that black women are on the bottom rung of the ladder when it comes to health equity. And so this isn't just a black woman's problem. This is a global problem, because we get it right for us, we get it right for everybody. And so this has to be something that is not just for our level, but even those in the medical sector. They you know, people who have seen this documentary, they aren't aware of these disparities. And they're medical professionals. So if they're not aware, then how, you know, Joe, Jane, whoever blogs, how are they to know?
Exactly. That's the point, isn't it? And the importance of talking. And you're, like you say, you do so much work trying to get the message out there, Victoria. I know you've been a big part of our Change and Check campaign as well. So it's just trying to reach as many people at home to, like you've said, to know your bodies as well, which we know is so, and to really push for when you know something isn't quite right. Dr Amir is joining us as well this morning. Good morning, Amir.
Morning.
I mean, Victoria speaks so passionately about a crusade, is what it feels like, really, in many respects. And it's such an important area to highlight, Amir, isn't it?
It is, and Victoria's absolutely right. You know, lots of people don't know that black women actually are more likely to get an aggressive type of cancer. They're more likely to get it younger, and they're more likely to get it and be diagnosed at a later stage of the illness when compared to other women. Now, there's a number of reasons for this. Genetics does play a part. Black women are more likely to have genes or variants of genes that put them at risk of these triple negative aggressive cancers. They're also, because they get it younger than 50, they're likely to get it younger than 50. They miss the screening. Screening won't pick it up because screening starts at 50. So we need to hammer home that message of Check. There's lots of other theories as well. Low vitamin D is more prevalent in people with darker skin, and there's a link between low vitamin D and triple negative breast cancer. Social economic depreciation and deprivation also is an independent risk factor. Access to health. Research as well. A lot of the research we have in breast cancer is done on European white women, and it's just applied to black women when we know they're not quite the same, and we need to include more black women in trials. So the kind of things I would say is, definitely, if you think you're at risk, if you've got a family member who's had breast cancer under the age of 50, don't wait for screening. Go and speak to your GP about genetics and genetic testing if that's needed, if you're eligible for it. Definitely know you're normal. Get yourself checked every month. Check your breasts every month. Dr. Hilary did a really good tutorial on that not so long ago. It's worth going back and having a look at that if you don't know how to check your breasts. And then get your vitamin D levels. Every black person and brown person in the UK should be taking vitamin D throughout the year. And one thing that we don't talk about all that often is breastfeeding actually reduces your risk of triple negative breast cancer as well, and aggressive breast cancers. So it's just a message to push there. You know, if you want to do breastfeeding if you have a baby, particularly if you have a high risk of family, then it might be worth just thinking about that as well. And we need to get more black women in research, and we need to get them checking their boobs as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right. Amir, thank you so much. And you're doing well now, Victoria, though, aren't you?
I'm
You're
doing very well.
Full of energy, clearly, and taking on Parliament. So
I have
place.
lots of energy, but I also have a 4-year-old son.
I know the feeling. I know exactly all about it. Victoria, you're doing incredible stuff. Please come back and fill us in, won't you? And just let us know how it goes. And like we say, the documentary itself is incredibly powerful.
Thank you.
The message is certainly starting to get out there. Remember, you can also download our Change and Check stickers on our website to check for the signs and symptoms of breast cancer. Thanks so much, Victoria. Hi there, thanks for watching our YouTube channel where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.